My name is Carson. Welcome back to Thrifty Garage, a channel where we do everyday repairs, how-tos, and reviews. And in today's video, we'll be doing an initial use and review of the YESWelder. For those that don't know, I also run another channel with my friend Tanner called Toyota Fixation, and for another video on his channel we did a repair on his Toyota Tacoma. He had a deer damage up front and ruined the front grille, so we ended up replacing all of the body in the front end, upgrading that front grille. So in that project, we had his brother come over who just finished welding school, and he came and helped us set up this welder and get it going. And at the end of this video, I'm going to have him kind of share his initial thoughts and what his just initial use and experience. So here he's setting up this welder, putting all this kit together, brand new out of the box, ready to go. So we'll get him set up, and then we'll show you some welding, and then we'll leave you to his final comments at the end.
It's weird because most of the time I prefer it when it's a lot more enclosed than I would like, especially dealing with a wire feed and all that. Because if it's all in the machine, you're in here, it's all, I don't know. Alright. Good thing I brought a little test plate I can practice on for a bit. And go get it!
Working? Sparky Sparkies.
There's no way. There's no way.
It's just spinning. So it did take a little while to get this thing set up. It's not our traditional welder, my Lincoln welder. You've got your voltage knob, you got your amperage knob. It's really pretty straightforward and simple. This has a lot of cool features, but it does make it a little bit daunting. I did watch a video from YESWelder on how to set this up, and it really takes all the guesswork out of this and makes it make a lot more sense, and it kind of takes the complexity out of it.
Using gasless function connect, please plug joint into negative socket. Aha, so this has to go into the opposite. That's what's going on, so turn that off.
Oh!
There's no ground, isn't that what we said?
Okay, so for gasless, please connect this plug into the negative. So that goes in the negative, and the earth clamp into the positive.
So it wasn't grounding.
Oh yeah, there was zero arc happening.
Now that we got this welder set up, we're going to do some test welds on some metal. We've done a lot of repairs, Tanner and I, with the welder, but it's usually on heavier bumpers and bigger, bulkier components with a lot thicker metal. We haven't done a lot of body work, and so this is a little bit thinner material, so learning how to use this without blowing through will be key. Sparky?
Oh yeah, okay, so that's why you clean the metal. Yeah, it's not arcing on that metal.
Hey!
Oh.
It got bright on this side for a second.
Blown through holes?
Okay, so heat's a little high.
Can we just spin this thing the other direction? Do you remember what that was supposed to be at? Didn't you say you saw a chart somewhere?
Yeah, it's up on Alright, so here.
So that one's wire speed, that one's voltage.
Okay, both of those numbers need to go down a lot. So just keep going.
You can tell me a number.
80.
Give that a shot.
Yeah, you just push against the metal so it's touching.
Oh yeah, don't blind me.
Now here we go. Whoopsie, don't worry.
But it feels solid to me.
It's solid. She's going nowhere.
Good. You're happy, I'm happy. Until I'm not!
is that song? Wake up!
Where
Spin on those right with the makeup!
I wanted to. Why'd you put the keys on the table? I wanted to.
So we share a little bit more about this project on the Toyota Fixation channel, but what we're doing here is we're actually upgrading this front grille from the early Tacoma grill to the later Tacoma grill. So 96, 97, the grill was a little bit different, less desirable, and by 2002, 2004, it was a much nicer looking grill. And so what Tanner's done here is he ended up buying a new hood and a new fender. I think he was able to reuse the old fender, and then a whole new front end grill, new headlights, and possibly new blinkers, but it really upgrades the front look of the truck and makes it look like a 5 or 10 year newer vehicle without a ton of work. Since there was already front end damage here, it was a really easy upgrade to do. Okay, and we'll finish out this video with Cooper's final remarks on his thoughts on this welder.
Final review.
Oh, well, easy there.
I put it.
Hey, we need cameras. Calm yourself.
Are you, is that on?
You think you're talking to us?
You're rolling.
Alright.
You're official.
My final review of the YESWelder. It's not the most intuitive setup that I've seen. It takes a bit of finagling, and I don't know, some of it was just unnecessarily complicated, but it'll weld solid, which was nice, but the real thing I can't really get to is longevity, because that's what you're after in a welding machine. Because little parts stop working all the time, and then you have to replace them. That's why Lincolns and Millers are so popular, because most of those parts are pretty universal. But if you get into smaller stuff like this, like YESWelder, it might be easier to replace, it might not. Most of the time it's not worth the gamble. So Lincoln and Millers are a bit more expensive.
Yes.
But for what you're getting, they're perfect. And maintenance on those is a lot easier. I will say the panel here that you open up to get to your wire wheel and all that is a bit of a hassle. And all your feed is towards the front here. And so you're kind of cramped in there with your hands. And all the Lincolns and Millers I use, the whole like half the machine will flip up, and you'll have all this open space to work with. Other than that, I think this is a solid little welder. It's kind of like, I have the same thing about hoods. There's a lot of people I work with, they'll go out and spend $300 on a hood. I just get these hoods I get are like $70, and the last one I got lasted me like a year and a half, 2 years. And for what you're paying, that's pretty decent. This is the new hood I got. This is only about a couple weeks ago. Where's my check?
That's Canvas department.
I was gonna say, you take brother points, right?
Where do we land on the exchange rate for those?
You owe me about 50 million. And you reserve, how many welds did you do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so, like, say 14, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the top one, let's call it 20 even. So that gets you 20 brother points.
Each?
No.
And total?
Total.
Okay.
Perhaps you should have worked out the exchange rate before you came over and did all the work.
Yeah.
It's
Quick, hide the welder, Carson. Hide the welder, or the grinder. Hide the
That's
grinder.
another thing you should do, is always get the price per hour up front.
I was gonna say, that's probably the biggest welding tip you've got, is make sure you get the price and the money up front.
Yeah, it's all pounded out first, so there's no...
Thanks for watching Thrifty Garage. We'll see you on the next one.
Why does your, this is random, why does your cat's tail look like, you know when you break the tail off a lizard and it grows back and it kind of grows in like tapered out to like the perfect little point? Your cat looks like it's lost its tail somehow in that.